Thessalonians Analysis by Cassandra Kawka-Vlahos. Table of Contents. First we'll go over the author, the purpose of the writings, the theme of the letters in Thessalonians, the response that Paul expects in the letters, the appeal to the audience of the Thessalonians, and its closing message. Paul's letter to the Thessalonians. Paul, Silas, and Timothy are in Corinth at the end of Paul's second missionary journey. They have just fled the area and they have already visited Thessaloniki, but they cannot go back for reasons we will explain later. Most of Thessalonica consists of Gentiles, and Paul was preaching to them as they were just converted to Christianity. The intention of the writings supported four main views. He wanted to praise the new converts for staying with the faith of Christianity. He wanted to encourage them to continue on even though they were being persecuted by those around them. He wanted to instruct them how to live in a Christian way and to reassure them that the kingdom of heaven will be given to all who die from now until Christ returns. He also has many times gone over the second coming of Christ, which will be also reviewed in our closing. The themes of the letters is to give encouragement to the church that it's young, but it's still going to be persecuted, push the theology of eschatology, which is the doctrine of last things, as every chapter ends with the second coming of Christ. There are three marks of true conversion in Paul's eyes, which are turning from idols, serving God, and waiting for Christ to return. There are also three things that causes Paul all the joy and praise, which is one, the faith of the Thessalonians, the right attitude toward God, their love, the right attitude toward others, and their right attitude toward Paul as they long to see him as well. He also goes over the rapture and speaks of the Antichrist and the rebellion that will come to introduce the rapture. As he says, don't let anyone deceive you in any way, for that day will not come until the rebellion occurs and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the man doomed to destruction. Paul's intentions of the writings is to have the Thessalonians respond by reaffirming their faith. He wants them to work harder to be role models in their community. He wants them to build on their faith. They already have a great foundation and are staying within what he had preached them when he first met them. And he wants them to stand firm in the face of their persecution from others around them and be a good role model to those around them so that others will join their cause. The appeal to the audience is one of equality. He tries to tell them that, yes, I am an apostle, but I do not need to be treated as an apostle. I could have used that authority, but I didn't. As he says in 1 Thessalonians, we were not looking for praise from people, not from you or anyone else. Even though as apostles of Christ we could have asserted our authority, instead we were like young children among you. His closing intentions state very clearly, as in 1 Thessalonians 11 through 12, when he says, you should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders and so that you will not be dependent on anyone. Others are children of the night, but we do not live in the night or in the dark, as we are children of the light. This is what he intends them to do, to continue living in the light as Christians should, and to gain the respect of others by not being dependent on them. Christians are independent, and they should never have to be supported by others. They should also continue to honor them around those around them, and put them in the highest regard, as they do with Paul, as we saw earlier, where they already respect him very much and they take what he says very seriously. Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. The end. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. 2 Thessalonians 3:18. Thank you.